The 8th of September, and it's been a while. I tried doing this yesterday and it was running like total shit, for lack of a better term. Yeah, I tried like running it at the sort of bitrate that I usually run. The 8th of September.
Oh, I'm doing that
thing.
thing.
A while.
I didn't do this yesterday.
I tried doing this yesterday and it was like running it at the sort of... Sorry, that was terrible. Yeah, so I'm probably going to cut it here actually and go, so 8th of September onwards. Yeah, so basically, why have I doing the whole mirror thing? Yeah. Okay, so 8th of September, and yeah, all of what just happened didn't. Basically, I tried doing this yesterday and I was doing it all based on the file, I guess the file bitrate that I would usually use for recording footage for, you know, offline or for Blu-ray or something. So it ran like shit on the internet. So for now I'm gonna test this out and see if I've got my OBS set up correctly again. You saw the whole mirrors thing just then, because the reason I stopped streaming is because my second monitor died and now I'm restricted to one. You know, first world problems, but it's really annoying working, like not seeing. I can't see the chat, for instance. So I've got it running on an iPad at the moment. It's there. I mean that works. I think there's a second window. In fact, if you don't mind the Hall of Mirrors for a second, I'll just say, does this work? I can type faster than that, honestly. Yes, it does. Great. Okay, so that part of the setup does work. Excellent. So yeah, I did a bunch of stuff yesterday, including a tutorial, which I think I'm going to record for YouTube at a later date. Because I think it's quite useful, and it was a quick thing. It's like I could probably make a 1-minute video with that in. So yeah, I need to kind of get into making a few of those things, and yeah, I've been planning on doing it for a while, and that seems like a good subject to start with. It was basically, I'm not going to get into it actually, but I did it in the video yesterday and did this for about an hour and realised that I was recording at a really terrible bitrate for streaming purposes. So yeah, basically we've got a few feedback tasks done, so I'm just going to double check. Yeah, everything's running. Okay, cool. Got some feedback tasks done. It's annoying not being able to see a second window actually. It's really, really annoying. I'm just going to kill Steam a second. Yeah, in fact... Yeah, basically I started like making some of the UI elements kind of throb whenever they were first unlocked, so they throb until you clicked on them, and that's like kind of you acknowledging the fact that you've seen that you've unlocked something, and at that point it won't throb again. Except there's some things that will do it continually, because you'll be update like a new score, for instance. When you get a new score, I want the game center button to throb, because like you've just got a new high score, see where it is compared to your friends. So I'll do that, and the same with the home button whenever you unlock something as well. So not just the content itself, content is like a twat. Not just the like characters and whatnot. That was no better. Haven't done this in a while, obviously. Yeah, basically when stuff unlocks, I want it to sort of throb and draw attention to the player, but I also want to have the menu item do the same so that you go back to that menu. So I'll explain in a second when I actually start working on it. In fact, I'll open it now. I can't remember if I'd unlocked anything new. I don't know what state the game's in right now. Right. Okay, so I've not got anything unlocked here. Pretty bad example. But basically, when I do unlock one of these things, what's my score now? I need 1 million. Can I get 1 million? Probably. I just need to get 200,000. I'm just going to play this a second. Yeah, if I just play the game, that should. I'm just going to get 200,000. Easy. Easy. One thing I've noticed since playing this, after making all the changes and after having my long break that I've had, this level is a bit on the easy side. Could be the improvements I've made to the controls, but it does seem like it has. Like, I'm going fast now, and then I hit grass, and then I'm back down to. Basically back down to sort of like the base level of speed. I almost didn't make that. It feels like I need to have that kind of, like a 50-50 chance that the next thing that spawns is something that makes me go faster or slower. Although right now, like, I mean, like, I'm having to actually concentrate, like I can't look up the camera yet. Oops. I got 200,000 there, like I was hoping. But okay, that was a bad example, but I have been finding this level quite easy. So, these flash. Oh well, you get the message saying you've unlocked Rocky Rapids and Jill. Now when I get to this, basically what's happening with the home button here is telling you, like, there's something to go look at if you like click on this, because usually they'd all be the same. And actually in this case, because that score flashed, it was a new high score, I would want the same thing to happen to that game center button as well. Sorry, I didn't realise the iPad locked itself. Yeah, so basically, because that home screen's bouncing, I kind of want to click it and see what I've unlocked. And let's do that. So now this new level's throbbing. I mean, I could have the words new, but like, if you look at like how many pixels, that's pretty much the minimum you can get away with when you're going to try and make a letter with pixels. If you want to do a capital, I mean, you can probably get away with a tiny bit less, but you're not going to fit like too much around these things without it getting messy. So need to have kind of bigger, bolder statements on everything. So yeah, this level's there, like throbbing, and if I click on it, it'll stop. Yeah, so at this point, you won't see it throb again, but you've basically like clicked, yeah, I've seen it. And the same thing happens with the characters as well, so obviously I click on these, nothing different, but this one's my new character that I just unlocked. Pretty straightforward stuff, but it's stuff that is missing from the game at the moment. Well, I mean, it's almost in now. Same with the colour schemes. So I think there may be a bug. I'll see if I can catch it off guard. I think it's something to do with yeah, so at the moment, as it's rotating, it's just using a sine wave to rotate it. It's using its original position, and on the sine wave it's rotating it, and I think I'm scaling it as well on a second sine wave, so I've got two running in parallel. That's one of the things I would like to do a tutorial for, actually. But yeah, I basically need to set it so that it goes back to its original position afterwards. Easy fix. So yeah, if I was to say die in this level, like so. And again, at this point, I would expect both of these to be like kind of bouncing around. Yeah, so when I come back, nothing unlocked, so nothing different. Same thing with the characters, and same thing for the colour schemes. And yeah, like if you were to say, like say you wanted to for some reason start again, I've got that in here now as well. So if you go to settings, move over to the right after the stats, achievements, credits, and then there's a big reset button here, and there's a confirmation on it as well, because you cannot undo it, as the message says. But that will basically wipe all data. It won't it won't wipe your achievements. Sorry, it won't wipe anything on Game Center. I don't have any control over that, unfortunately, for various reasons I'm not going to go into. But yeah, unfortunately, you can't wipe that, which means some of these achievements could be a bit confusing, and it's something I'm not really sure how to resolve. It's basically, let's say you've got like. So you got 9,999 candles, and you're one off doing this achievement, and then you reset your progress. Oh, actually, it's actually worse the other way around. So say you've got this achievement, reach top speed. If you reset your progress, your Game Center progress will say you've got that achievement, but the game will not reflect that. There's not much I can do with that. I'd like to. Like same with all these stats. Like if you wipe the game, then you wipe the game, and any like syncing issues you've got between Game Center and the game. Oh, somebody just followed. Sorry, I don't have feedback on my screen anymore. How annoying. I'll check it in a second. Oh, hello, Paulie Code. Hi. Yeah, so basically, yeah, that whole mirrors thing, I gotta get a second monitor, this is ridiculous. Yeah, it's something I can't fix. Not right now, anyway. And it's not too important. It's like, I mean, it's player driven. If you choose to wipe your own data, then like, I do give you a little bit of a warning. Like, you have to go kind of out your way to do it. Then there's a big button, and there's two other buttons, and you can even untoggle it. You can even toggle it off if you don't know if. Is that like? Does that mean destroy the data? I don't know. Yeah. So, yeah, just doing feedback now. So all of this stuff. I think I still have a bug where these animations get frozen if you go back a page. Yep. It only does it on the last one you were looking at as well. What? Yeah, easy fix. Okay, right, so let's I need to... Do I have to do this level by level? That will be really annoying. No, I don't. It's just a single asset on each level. So, if I was to zoom out here... So this is where the continue button is, that's the home button and the Game Center button. So basically these two... This needs two sine waves. Yeah, so a sine wave there, and a second sine wave. It's in movement, right? I should just scroll to it so I don't have to keep typing. I know how close the mic is to the keyboard. Yeah, okay. Can't exactly remember the setup I've got for this, so... Yeah, the first sine wave is in movement. No, sorry, in size, so that's the thing that's making it larger. And the second one's making it vertical, so... Roughly, as it's at its largest, it's actually moving the asset upwards. This is a small thing I'm not too sure on. My iPad keeps locking, it's really annoying. I think maybe it'll stop locking if I plug it in, because that's the only way I've got to look at the chat. Yeah, it still works. Cool. I assume that's the right chat anyway. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm not sure whether or not, like, if like say you unlock a new character and you get a new high score, which to be honest is probably almost always going to be the case actually, because you're generally going to unlock something new when you've hit the highest score that you've had so far, so they're almost always going to be the same. Sometimes you're always going to get, there's going to be more opportunities for the high score to be like kind of flashing or whatever, because you can obviously keep getting those. Sorry, I just got distracted by a message. I think if they're both going at the same time, it might look a bit overkill. Sorry, I've just got to reply to something. I'll run the intro of the game a second, just while I reply to something. Okay, right, yeah, so whoa. Well, you can see I've set up the sine wave on this already. Okay, that's good to know actually, because I didn't realise that was the same Game Center button I use in the other menus as well, so I need to 100% make sure that that is disabled to start with. That's funny. Okay, that's in the chat, so that's fine. I'm not ignoring anyone. I'm talking to myself. Just check all the mirrors again. Yeah. God, I'm always sweating on here. What's wrong with me? Right, okay, so where's the... So at the moment I'm clicking on these, but ideally I do it from the project tree, because I want to change it in all of them and every level. And I think if you click on it within the level, it only changes that instance. So yeah, let's say UI Home and UI Game Center. And I'll be in the UI folder because I'm not messy. Yeah. Yeah, so if I go to UI Home and UI Game Center. Yeah, so I basically just need to copy the home values into the Game Center one. So it's your sign, size sign, 0.54. Forgot it already. I'm quite tired as always. For 0.5 the other way around. I did it wrong again. What the fuck? Yeah, I should have actually thought about what I was actually typing in. It would have made more sense that I... yes, vertical sign, 0.5, 25, and 4. Wait. Is this the one that makes it go up and down? So vertical sign. It'd be great if you could copy, like, right-click, copy the values from these things and then paste them in. Like, if it's the same... you know, object or behaviors or whatever. It's just one of those many things that I wish Construct had that I've had in other engines at other points in time. Hopefully Construct 3, when it comes around, has a lot of usability stuff done to it. It's kind of lacking in some places. I mean, it's definitely if you've never made games before, I thoroughly recommend it. It's just such a straightforward way to work in comparison to anything else I've used. I mean, I've complained about it a lot in the past, but it's just that frustration of using things professionally. But those things have always, there's a large team making sure they work specifically for the game you're on or the tasks you're doing. This is obviously going to work for everyone, doing everything, so it's always going to have some niggles. You can get it in Unreal, It's going to save. Fuck, I'm tired. I've had a shit week. Busy though, so can't complain too much. Lots to do. Coffee all over my mouth. Right, so by default they should be off now. I'm just going to double check that is the case. The load when I start the game up now, it seems to be getting long. I think it's because it's preloading all of the music. That's not moving around, so everything's good. Double check it's okay at the end as well. Yep. Okay, so what I need to do is basically to work out when to make that bounce. I just need to work out when the first score is flashing, and that's quite easy because I actually don't bank top scores to Game Center until you get to this screen. So you should never quit until you've died. Make sure when you've died you see your score, because otherwise it won't get banked. That was kind of a conscious thing, so I didn't want people grinding in some way or abusing the system. I wanted it so that when the score's on screen, that's when it gets banked. That stuff goes to Game Center. I also didn't want to make it a requirement. There's a few games that do that make you have to be online and stuff, and I didn't want to do that. So when that gets sent to Game Center, that's going to throw up. Whenever you get an unlock, that's going to throw up. So I need to just basically search through my ancient horrible code for those lines. Ugh. Okay. I didn't choose fun tasks tonight, I'm sorry. Right. It'll be in game. Yes, it will. And this is actually quite an easy task compared to the other one. The actual throbbing of the game icons in the menu. That's actually a lot more difficult because it needs to stay persistent between game sessions. Both you ignoring throbbing or you getting rid of it. Either way, there has to be a constant variable that's kept kind of between sessions as well. This doesn't matter because this can only possibly happen. This can only possibly... Sorry, distracted again. This can only possibly happen when you get a high score, which can only happen once a game. So, yeah, this is actually a very, very easy task, which means I should also fix that other rotation bug that I saw before. If I'm anywhere near it in the code, which I'm not, so I won't fix it yet. Yeah, cut my knuckle. Keep doing that lately. Fuck. Don't really know where to begin. Alright. So whenever I send the high score. Right, submit high score. So somewhere around here. Of course. That's another thing that's annoying in Construct. So I just had something selected in the search. So when I clear the search parameters so I get to see the full thing, I would expect whatever I was highlighted. I was just trying something else, it didn't work. I was expecting, like, say I've got that highlight and I go off screen. If I hit home, it would go to it. If I hit up and down, it doesn't. It actually, that's weird. Actually, I thought at some point it did that. Okay, it does it there, but not on the top. So, okay, so it does actually do it, just not if you click on the condition. It only does it if you click on an action. It would be nice if it did it by clicking on the condition as well. There might be a reason why they've not done that. There's probably a shortcut key I don't know about as well. Yeah, but it's annoying because I just searched for that and I've got to go through all of this stuff again, and it's time consuming. I should probably just kill some of these folders because I know it'll be on player death as well. So that's where all of the score stuff's handled. Like I was saying before, it's when you die that I do any of the stuff with the score.